Good morning students, welcome to the social class. Up to yesterday, we completed the importance of natural vegetation and wildlife. Today we need to learn about conservation of the natural vegetation and wildlife. Today we need to cover all these topics. The first one is factors that leads to destruction of wildlife. The second one is poaching. Next, ways to conserve the natural vegetation and wildlife and awareness programs. In this, our first topic is factors that leads to destruction of natural vegetation and wildlife. We have two factors here, natural factors and human factors. In natural factors, we have soil erosion, tsunami and landslides. In human factors, deforestation, constructional activities, forest fires and poaching. All these activities collectively leads to the destruction of natural vegetation and wildlife. Out of all these, poaching is very dangerous and very inhuman activity. Killing animals and trade with the body parts of the animals illegally is called poaching. Poaching is a big threat to specific animals and particular species. The animals are poached for collection and illegal trade of hides, skins, nails, teeth, horns, as well as feathers. Some of these animals are tiger, lion, elephant, deer, black buck, crocodile, rhinoceros, snow leopards, ostrich and peacock. So, both natural and human factors made the animals homeless. There is a need to protect the habitation of the rare species in the forest. Sometimes forest fires leads to destruction, great loss to rare wildlife. Human beings are the 80% responsible for the forest fires, remaining 20% happening by the natural calamity. We will look into a textbook example to know about the forest fires. Here is an article about the forest fire in California which prolonged many days. From this article we can understand the size of the disaster. 95% of the California wildfires are caused by the humans according to the California Department of Forestry and Fire Protection. According to this article, 2,100 homes destroyed and 41 died. This will create a lot of damage to the natural vegetation and wildlife. Human beings are getting a lot of things from the nature. It is the common duty of the human being to give something to the nature. And it is our part to protect the nature and wildlife. So here we have some ways of conserving natural vegetation and wildlife. The first one is national parks. Establishment of national parks are very important and they are giving shelter to the wild animals. In India, we have bison, gir, Bandipur and Betla, many more national parks. Second one is establishment of wildlife sanctuaries. In India, we have Bhadra, Corbett and many more wildlife sanctuaries are there. So what is the difference between national parks and wildlife sanctuaries? Both are the same and both are doing the same work. But there is a slight difference between these two. National park means it gives shelter and it protects the animals of all the species and flora and fauna also it take care of. Wildlife sanctuaries, it may select one or two species of the animals only and it provide favorable living conditions of the particular species of the animals. So in the sense, national park is wider than the wildlife sanctuaries. So that is the difference between these two. But the importance of these two is the same. The next one is biosphere reserves. Biosphere reserves means select any one area in this nature or in a country where we can get abundant beauty of the nature and we can take utmost care of that particular area is called biosphere reserves. In our India, we have Nanda Devi, Simphal comes under the biosphere reserves. So by doing all these things, we can do our part to the nature. Conservation of the creeks, lakes and wetlands is very necessary to save the precious resources from the depletion. Natural vegetation and wildlife conservation is a responsibility of every citizen and it is not confined to any one person or one government. Here we have some awareness programs which increase the sense of conservation of natural vegetation and wildlife. The first one is social forestry. Social forestry is the management and protection of plants and afforestation of barren and deforested land with the purpose of helping environment. This is called social forestry. This is very important and it creates lots of awareness in the minds of the people both in urban area and rural area. So by taking up this type of programs, the government can able to succeed in the plantation of the new plants and encourage the sense of afforestation. The next one is Vanamahotsavam. So what is the meaning of Vanamahotsavam? It means Festival of the Trees and it is an annual tree planting movement. So it gained a lot of significant and important in India. Because of this Vanamahotsavam, yearly millions of saplings are planted. It is very effective method of afforestation. So the government has to look these type of programs to create the awareness in the mindset of the people. Both social forestry and Vanamahotsavam are most popular methods which are followed in India. So all the citizens of India has to take part of these two programs. Along with these programs, school children also need to encourage to observe the various habitats of the species. Then they have an idea about the wildlife and the importance of those animals. Many of the countries and many of the governments passed the strict laws against the killing of birds and animals. In India, killing deer, lion, tiger, the great Indian bustards, peacocks are illegal. CITES, the Convention on International Trade in Endangered Species, has established a list of animals and birds which hunting and killing is prohibited. And the conservation of wildlife and natural vegetation is the duty of everybody. So every human being has to take care of his or her part in the natural vegetation conservation. So we need to encourage the programs like Vanamahotsavam and social forestry. And we need to encourage the kids also to participate much in the natural activities. This is all about the lesson of land, soil, water, natural vegetation and wildlife. So nature is very important to us and it is our responsibility to protect it. So follow the simple ways which are helpful to the nature. In this lesson, all the conservation methods of land, soil, water, natural vegetation and wildlife are very important and we need to put them into practice also. Thank you.